Today, you guys, we're going to be doing a get ready with me, and I am going to be using the Melt Cosmetics 420 palette, and also for the first time I'll be using the Dior Backstage face and body powder, no powder. So if you guys would like to see how I did this make this look, make sure you continue to watch. I love the way that it came out. I do give you a review of the palette. And then also, if you guys enjoy these types of videos, please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you are already subscribed, please consider becoming a notification beauty. And then you guys always know to hit the thumbs up, leave me some good old comments down below. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get into the makeup. And as always, it's all love. So if you guys watched my daily skincare routine or my morning skincare routine, this is the follow-up after that. I'm just doing my makeup. So far I just did my eyebrows and I primed my lids. And while I let that sit, I'm going to go ahead and prime my face. I wanted to sit down and film this part for you guys so you guys can kind of see how I counteract that unseen sunscreen, because it does have like a little greasy feel to it, but it doesn't leave your skin feeling greasy. So if you are oily or you just don't like the feeling of that, I'm going to show you guys basically how I prime my face. So I'm going to use the Fenty Pro Filter foundation. I'm sorry. The Fenty Pro Filter Soft Matte primer today. I've just been using this primer lately, and I've been thoroughly enjoying it. But y'all know my faves are the Hydro Grip and the Touch of Silk Canvas are my faves. So basically, I'm just gonna do the Jackie Aina method. I'm going to take a little bit of my Laura Mercier, put it in the cap, and just take a little bit of a powder brush, pick a little bit up, dab, 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 and just go all over my face with it, especially in my T-zone. So this is just going to help matte that up and keep your makeup lasting all day. And it's going to help combat that sheen from the sunscreen. And you don't need a lot. A little goes a long way. And just make sure you hit those spots that are a little shiny or a little glossy for you. Now you can actually use any setting spray or skin mist. I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. And you spray it. So we are going to let that rest and go on into our eyeshadow. So the palette we're going to use today is going to be the 420 palette by Melt Cosmetics. This is a beautiful palette. It's a palette that I haven't shown a lot of love to. I haven't used it a lot. It hasn't seen a lot of use. I haven't seen a lot of love lately. But you know, I want to give it some love today. So my first thing I want to do, I like to take like the big fluffy brushes. When I go up, I like to start up in my crease zone, above my crease zone first, above my brow. And I'm going to take the shade Wax, which is this beautiful, beautiful child. I'm trying to show y'all without blinding y'all. This beautiful, beautiful yellow shade here. And just go up here. Just pack and blend, baby. Pack and blend. You guys, make sure you follow me on my Instagram, because on my Instagram, I do post pictures of the look that I take on my iPhone. And I post them on my Instagram, and I post videos so you can see the makeup look in more in a more regular setting, just a regular clear type of setting. So yeah, join me on my Instagram.
Your shadow stretching on the floor while the sun gets low. I got a feeling that the glow deep inside.
The shade we are using is going to be the shade Full Metal, and that's the brown shade. And I'm basically taking that brown shade below the yellow shade, but then very slowly I'm just covering up some mistakes that I made when I was priming my eyes. Just a different eyeshadow primer I used than I normally use. And then so what you want to do is just take this shade, the brown shade, Full Metal, basically in your crease zone, and blend it up a little bit. And then you want to blend those two shades together so you get a seamless blend. So you'll see me go back and forth between both of those shades to get that blend. So you guys, I'm not going to edit any of that out, so you guys will really get to see the grit of it.
Let's celebrate. Call it a day and celebrate. Let's celebrate. Call it a day. Let's celebrate. Call it a day. No obstacles that we faced did ever slow us down. We knew we'd get here. Went the extra mile in every race. We are duty bound. We push it right on through. I know you need it too, because we have been working hard right from the very start. Who knew we'd get this far? But now it's time for us to stay out until it's late. We've come a long, long way, so we deserve it, babe. Call it a day and celebrate. Let's celebrate. Call it a day. Let's celebrate. Call it a day and celebrate. Let's celebrate. Call it a day. Let's celebrate. Call it a day. We give it our best, but sometimes we need to stop to see what we have assessed. I'm grateful about everything, because we have been working hard.
And now we are going into the shade Chronic. It's the deepest green in the palette. So beautiful.
We've come a long, long way, so we deserve it, mate. Call it a day and celebrate. Let's celebrate. Call it a day. Let's celebrate. Call it a day and celebrate. Let's celebrate. Call it a day. Let's celebrate. Call it a day. It doesn't even make sense why I think about you. It was only one night, only that time, and it's not my style to be caught up in the middle like this. 'Cause now I dream about you. I was probably too drunk, it's blurry, but I've got the image of you running circles in my mind right now. And it could fade away, but it probably won't, and I should let it be. But I'm gonna dive into you, and maybe I'll drown, but what can I do? And it would be alright to let me down. Rather we try than let these feelings slide. So I'm gonna dive into you.
It doesn't even make sense why we try to fight it. Every every time that we touched, the room caught on fire. We could blame it on the wine, but we know that we will both be lying.
So now we are going into the Huda Flawless Faux Filter foundation, and I am using the shade Cinnamon. I believe it's 440. And I know the Huda foundation isn't like the most popular foundation. However, it is a good foundation. It is a full coverage matte foundation, and you know, I thoroughly enjoyed this foundation. It's beautiful on my skin.
And maybe I tried, but what can I do? And it will be alright to let me down. I'd rather we try than let me.
So now we are going into the Kevin Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer Concealer. This concealer I love. I meant to get a very bright shade. So this is basically me displaying my new concealer method, which isn't anything I invented, but I use a really light concealer. I use a medium concealer. Then I use a concealer that's a little bit more of my skin tone. But the foundation is a little red, so it doesn't really look like it. But that's just how I'm doing my concealer these days. Right now, I am just applying my eyeliner while I let the concealer sit for a little bit so it can dry up a little bit. But this is just how I am doing my concealer these days. I am loving this method. My makeup is coming out flawless and beautiful, so feel free to use.
It will be alright to let me down. I'd rather we try than let these feelings slide. So I'm gonna dive into you. Dive into you. Dive into you. Dive into you. And it will be alright to let me down. I'd rather we try than let these feelings slide. So I'm gonna dive into you.
And you ever wonder if days like these last with one another, with the feeling pass? Would you find out with me if it all starts to crumble? We'll search the pieces for a hope or a mumble. It's not for me to decide if I should be the one by your side. And hope we know when it's better to say goodbye. You ever wonder if we know what's best for one another? Are we just another project? We're both fixer-uppers, just waiting to crumble. If we search the pieces, would we be bitter, humble? It's not for me to decide. If I should be the one by your side. And hope we know when it's better to say goodbye. You ever wonder? You ever wonder?
guys, we are done. I love this. I love this look. Green never looked so good. Green never looked so good. Let me say it one more time. Okay, so I'm gonna give a quick little review over the palette, and then also it was my first time using the Dior Backstage Face and Body Powder. No powder. I mean, I love this powder. From the first time I swatched it, I knew it was going to be a good powder. I feel like it just set my makeup so beautiful. And, you know. And then, so as for Melt Cosmetics 420 palette, honestly, I love the color story of this palette. But I can see now why I don't reach for it as much. I am just not a big fan of Melt Cosmetics mattes, and I think this and my Smoke Session palettes are the only two palettes that I do have from Melt Cosmetics, but their mattes are just not, in my opinion, the most easy mattes to work with. You really have to know what you're doing when you grab one of these palettes, because the colors aren't just going to glide on for you. You know, we have so many great formulas out there by so many other companies, and when you put the colors on, they just basically do the work for you. And so you're gonna either have to have some really great brushes or just some really good skills to be able to blend these colors out and to get them to do what you need them to do. But once you get them to do what you need them to do, they show up and show out. This palette is a brilliant color story. I absolutely love it. But the melt mattes are just a little difficult to use, but they are pigmented, but they just are, the formula is just a little bit difficult in my opinion to use. So you guys know it's all love. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Leave me some good old comments down below. Give your girl a big thumbs up. And make sure you guys follow me on my Instagram, because on my Instagram I typically post pictures of the looks that I do here the day that I do them. And I also be posting other pictures. There's an Instagram challenge, a makeup challenge. So there are a lot of people on there that are posting a lot of pictures. So I'm typically on Instagram posting pictures sometimes of my daily makeup that I don't even film. So make sure you holler at your girl there. My Instagram is below. And yeah, I'm gonna see y'all later.